Hello.
Glad to be in Waco on a beautiful Sunday evening. Out here on Tom's deck. My name is Don Rogers. I'm going to kick things off with several original songs that I have written over the years. I've been locked up for a year in the Powell County jail. They're gonna send me down the road a ways, and they might as well send me to hell. Say the life I've lived now turned out all wrong. They gave me 25 years today. I'll never live that long. Last year now, I've drank my weight in coffee. This old concrete dungeon has become a home to me. They say the life I've lived now turned out all wrong. Gave me 25 years today. I'll never live that long. I've lived for 55 years now. I guess that's a fair trade for the wreck that I've made of my home and all the mistakes that I've made. Cocaine and the pills that I did turned out all wrong. They gave me 25 years today. I'll never live that long. Can't afford a lawyer. The public defender, she got me a plea. 18 to 20, but I'm too damn old, and I won't ever be free. They say the life I've lived now turned out all wrong. They gave me 25 years today. I'll never live that long. The cocaine and the pills that I did turned out all wrong. Gave me 25 years today. I'll never live that long. Thank you. Well, I grew up really not far from here as the crow flies, just across the Kentucky River. A place called 2 Mile, which is tobacco country. Back when I was growing up, I grew up working on tobacco farms for family members and local farmers, but there's no tobacco around anymore. You rarely see any, and I think it's made a pretty big difference on the way of life around here. Wrote this song a few years ago and recorded it on my record called Don Rogers and the Apostle Billies. People here don't talk or think the way they did before. We used to live and work together then, now we're lonely to the core. And we We don't grow tobacco here no more. Well, they used to call this place the Burley Belt, with tobacco fields of green and gold that brought our commonwealth. And the barns we'd fill with stalks of green, all hanging from the rails, a crop you couldn't raise without a lot of help. Although we don't grow tobacco here no more, the people here don't talk or think the way they did before. We used to live and work together then, now we're lonely to the core. We don't grow tobacco here no more. We all drive to work up in town, and we drive back home, turn the TV on and pull the shades back down. We buy Super Duty pickup trucks just to drive around. We don't plant that green stuff in the ground. We don't grow tobacco here no more. The people here don't talk or think the way they did before. We used to live and work together then, now we're lonely to the core. We don't grow tobacco here no more. Well, I ain't saying that we should smoke cigarettes, but our way of life, it sure has changed, and that I do regret. Used to have to help each other out and live by what you said, but I guess now that way of life is dead. And we don't grow tobacco here no more. The people here don't talk or think the way they did before. We used to live and work together then, now we're lonely to the core. We used to live and work together then, now we're lonely to the core. We don't grow tobacco here no more. Thank you. Well, I've got a few friends that are out on the road traveling around making music. I've done a fair amount of that this summer myself, playing in the band I play fiddle in called the Local Honeys. We've been out traveling the country, and I wrote this song a few years ago when my buddy Jesse Wells started playing fiddle in Tyler Childers' band, fiddle and guitar. Started traveling around, and I was like, I'll probably never see old Jesse again. He'll be out on the road all the time. And from what I hear, the road can be a rough place to be. Well, I woke up in Nashville, I've been sleeping right beside of that mighty Cumberland River, muddy deep and wide. I am broken, busted, my tires are bald and flat, my guitar strings are rusted and my head won't hold my hat. And that road will make a wreck out of you, that road will make a wreck out of you. When you make your money from town to town, you can't go home home, you can't slow down. Hope a little good luck comes through. That road will make a wreck out of you. Kentucky, I'm going back home. I'd rather live in Hungry Holler than out here on the road. I ought to sell my guitars and quit singing these old songs, but I know that making music is way down in my bones, and that road will make a wreck out of you. Yeah, that road will make a wreck out of you. When you make your money from town to town, you can't go home, you can't slow down. Hope a little good luck comes through. That road will make a wreck out of you. With a ringing in my head, the words a wise man told me, this is what he said. He said that road will make a wreck out of you. Yeah, that road will make a wreck out of you. When you make your money from town to town, you can't go home, you can't slow down. Hope a little good luck comes through, but that road will make a wreck out of you. Yeah, that road will make a wreck out of you. Well, last October I made a record. I went up to Prestonsburg, Kentucky to the Mountain Arts Center and made a record with my buddies Kenny and Hayden Miles, and this is the title song of the record. I wrote the song many years ago, and the local Honeys recorded it and put it on their first record, but I never had really a proper recording of it on a record, so I wrote this record. The song's called Junkman, and the record is also titled the same thing. Well, the junkyard man has good times when the poor man has hard times. His transmission's radiator brake lines, when the junkyard man means dollar signs. It's greasy hands, bloody knuckles, stripped threads, tires showing metal where there were treads. The grease monkey's money on an oil pan means a T-bone steak for the junk man. Yeah, the junk man, the junk man. When the people get the blues, well, he gets a new pair of shoes. But the poor man, he's on the junk plan. The recession hits him hard, and it's down to the old junkyard. Transmission fluid in the bare dirt. In the backseat window there's a dirty shirt. Weeds growing up through the wheel wells. He'll crush everything that he can't sell. And there's dried up blood on the dashboard, and a handful of change laying in the floor. Young people die before they should, but them rear quarter panels look pretty good. Yeah, the junk man, the junk man. When the people get the blues, he gets a new pair of shoes. But the poor man, he's on the junk plan. The recession hits him hard, and it's down to the old junkyard. Then he broke down on the roadside, his alternator quit and his car died. Now he's got no money for his sweetheart, cause he spent it all at the junkyard. Yeah, the junkyard man has good times when the poor man has hard times. His transmissions, radiators, brake lines, for the junkyard man needs dollar signs. Junk man, the junk man, when the people get the blues, he gets a new pair of shoes. But the poor man, he's on the jump plan. The recession hits him hard and it's down to the old junkyard. Yeah, the recession hits him hard and it's down to the old junkyard. All right, thank you. Well, I wrote this song and put it on that same record. I wrote it a little over a year ago after talking with my mom over the course of several days about a really tragic event that happened in her family when she was a little bitty girl, and she's the only person still surviving that was around to experience that family tragedy, and it had a big ripple effect in our family, although I didn't really know the people involved, or at least I didn't know my great-grandfather, who was the creator of the trauma. I wrote this from my great-grandmother's perspective after she survived being shot by her husband before he took his own life. It's called Ramsey Brown's Gun. Well, I've been in the presence of Ramsey Brown's gun, the one that the devil pulled the trigger on that hot August day in 1951. Clouds filled the skies on the east side of town that late summer day when the devil came round. The hope of the sunlight quickly sank down. Did it live in his closet? Did it hang on the wall? Or stand in the corner at the end of the hall? Burn a hole in his sick mind, lift him up in the dark times when he felt small. The Lord let me live and I'll do right by you. Take care of my daughters and their daughters too. We'll cut all our losses, come down off the crosses when this is through. And our love was a season a long time ago. His darkness was hidden way down deep in his soul. And when he and I married, how was I to know? If I could just see September in the sunlight once more, and hope by December I could find a new shore. By then my wounds will be scars, and my dreams won't be barred like before. buses come down off the crosses when this is through. And I can see through the darkness lying here on the floor. Through these holes in my body the holy blood pours. He's turned out his own light, drifted off in the dark night forevermore. And I had been in the presence of Ramsey Brown's gun, the one that the devil pulled the trigger on that hot August day in 1951. Thank you. It is fall, but I'm going to sing a song about spring. I've seen the sun come up and drank from its loving cup, held a newborn baby in my arms. I've seen the days drag on till every bit of good is gone and all the soil is spent down on the farm. I've seen the sunset in the west give the wore-out world a rest and let the weary people soothe their souls, so we can get out on the road again, run until the highway ends, just to keep on digging for their gold. We don't search the shores no more or wonder what we're out here for. We don't trust the stars up in the skies. We pass by beauty every day, but everything is in our way, and I hope it gets better by and by. We think if we hit the rock just right, a precious jewel might shine bright. All we get are bits of broken stone. So we walk on with our heads hung down, searching every inch of ground and listening to those ancient people groan. Searching for signs of spring, listen to the robins sing, better weather's surely on its way. Will let the sun find us then, forget about the bitter wind, wake up in a different kind of day. Yeah, we'll put the cold behind us then, forget about the bitter wind and wake up in a different kind of day. Wrote this song about the migration of people from rural Kentucky to places up north. I had apparently several great great aunts and uncles that all moved away from where they lived in Powell County and moved off to Ohio. And then when I moved to where I live now up in Bath County, I discovered that lots of people that had once lived out in the countryside where I am living now have moved off up to Indiana and could walk through these old pieces of woods and that had grown up, and old cow pastures and places where you could see that there were lots of folks that lived there and had barns that had fallen down and pieces of equipment that were just sitting around in the fields and rusting and in disrepair. And it made me real curious about how hard times must have been for people to move away from here and leave such a beautiful place so that they could feed their families. Well, I gave my wore-out boots a tug and nearly got pulled under. This cold February mud, it'll make a poor man wonder if it's something about this way of life or just the north winds blowing, running all the people from the countryside while my troubles just keep growing. My back is breaking, it seems like I just keep on giving and everybody else keeps taking. I'm gonna sell the mule, leave the plow, take back all I borrowed. For Indiana or Ohio, I'm leaving here tomorrow. Well, my uncles left here years ago. They went north to raise their families. Came back driving brand new cars and talking about big money. We used to all make fun of them for trying to talk so proper. I'd say I'm never leaving, and I turned down many an offer. My back is breaking, seems like I just keep on giving and everybody else keeps taking. And I'm gonna sell the mule, leave the plow, take back all I borrowed. For Indiana or Ohio, I'm leaving here tomorrow. Well, the washing machine wore out today and I can't buy another. We're out of groceries and I can't feed the children or their mother. The mouths that I have left to feed are turning foul and rotten. The things that they've lived to see are better off forgotten. And my back is breaking, and it seems like I just keep on giving and everybody else keeps taking. I'm gonna sell the mule, leave the plow, take back all I borrowed. For Indiana or Ohio, I'm leaving here tomorrow. They say hard work never killed a man, but I've seen it kill many and run the people from this land that once was full of plenty. In the darkest days of doing without are as cold as cast iron metal. Our graves await us to the north where all the grounds are level. And my back is breaking, it seems like I just keep on giving and everybody else keeps taking. I'm gonna sell the mule, leave the plow, take back all I borrowed. For Indiana or Ohio, I'm leaving here tomorrow. I'm gonna sell the mule, leave the plow, take back all I borrowed. For Indiana or Ohio, I'm leaving here tomorrow. Thank you very much. This next song is a song that I wrote after a trip out to Napa Valley, to the fancy wine country of Northern California. And it was a very nice place, but it wasn't quite redneck enough for us, my wife and I. So this is one little slice of our experience. Well, they ain't got no Budweiser in this town, just a few fancy wine bars scattered around, and a lot of late middle-aged men wearing nice jeans and button-downs, but they don't drink the king of beer here in this town. We found a little brew pub with a cover band, and they played Fender guitars through Fender amps. They played a mediocre version of Brown Eyed Girl, and some people started to dance while the singer read the words from a pad on his mic stand. Oh, but they ain't got no Budweiser in this town, just a few fancy wine bars scattered around, and a lot of late middle-aged men wearing nice jeans and button-downs. They don't drink the king of beer here in this town. And I can't say that the people didn't treat us nice. We took a small group tour of vineyards, riding bikes. And when we got back to Napa, we went looking for the local sights, and that American lager at a typical American price. But they ain't got no Budweiser in this town, just a few fancy wine bars scattered around, and a lot of late middle-aged men wearing nice jeans and button-downs, but they don't drink the king of beer here in this town. No, they don't drink the king of beer here in this town. Thank you. That is another song off of my new record. You can find that music on all of the streaming platforms. My artist profile name is Don Rogers. You can also find one of my records under the name Don Rogers and the Apostle Billies. But get on Spotify, look for the record Junk Man, give it a shot. I don't have any albums of that. No CDs. People don't even have CD players anymore, much less CDs, so you know how that goes. I do have some hats though, and I have some shirts, so if you're interested in those, I have them hanging up here. Well, let's see here. Let me do you another song that takes place in the setting of a jail. This song is about an unfortunate reality that a lot of people that have experienced, been victimized, or however you want to summarize it, the opioid epidemic, ended up getting sober in jail, probably more often than anywhere else. And a lot of times those folks would stay in jail a month or two, and then their tolerance would drop, and they hit the streets and start using at the same rate they were before. And a lot of people overdosed and died just from that. I know, especially early on when I was working as a counselor, doing some work in the jails, I saw that story play itself out a bunch of times. And I wrote this song. Well, this old cold country concrete has kept me clean and sober for a while. And this old cold concrete, well, it just don't suit my style. And this old cold concrete has been like an old cold friend to me. When they open up that door tonight, I'll go free. Well, I've been locked up for 60 days. I was on the hard stuff. Lord, they're gonna try and change my ways. And it's orange clothes, plastic shoes, coffee black and hard luck, but they can't keep my beast in its cage. And the first week was the worst week. It was cold turkey and trances. Since the last time I was here, they've gone smoke free. Tonight when I hit the street, buddy, I'll take my chances when they release this beast in me. This old cold concrete has kept me clean and sober for a while. But this old cold concrete, well, it don't suit my style. And this old cold concrete has been like an old cold friend to me. When they open up that door tonight, I'll go free. Now some would say I've hit rock bottom, but time will only tell if this low is as low as I can go. I don't know whether I'm digging my own grave or my own well, but I got a feeling I'll soon find out what's below. Now you can keep my toothbrush and the Bible on the floor by the mattress that I've slept on every night. 'Cause when I get on the outside, I won't need them anymore. Upon my own instinct I'll rely. And this old cold concrete has kept me clean and sober for a while. And this old cold concrete, well, it don't suit my style. And this old cold concrete has been like an old cold friend to me. When they open up that door tonight, I'll go free. When they open up that door tonight, I'll go free. Well, the front has moved through now. The winds have died down, but the air's lonely and cold now that you're not around. The clouds have broken up now, and the sun is shining through. I've been through this till I'm worn, broken and torn by the furious storm within you. Well, I ain't got much, but I'm packing it up and hauling it off to Goodwill. And I'll move far away and start me a new life, 'cause once more you've broken the deal. The front has moved through now, the winds have died down, but the air's lonely and cold now that you're not around. broken up now. Sun shining through. I've been through this till I'm worn, broken and torn by the furious storm within you. I don't know why I stayed through your fits and your rage. I could have used me a weatherman with one of them big full-size maps with all the highs and the lows. Then I'd known when the fronts were moving in. But the front has moved through now. The winds have died down. The air's lonely and cold now that you're not around. The clouds have broken up now, and the sun is shining through. I've been through this till I'm worn, broken and torn by the furious storm within you. I've been through this till I'm worn, broken and torn by the furious storm within you. Thank you. Well, it's Sunday. Figure I'd do a church song. A song about the church. It's really not a gospel song at all. It's just about the church. Well, he split the first church of God. Oh, he split the first church of God. The old people said it could never be done, but he split the first church of God. Well, he preached a sermon in his jeans. Good Lord, he preached a sermon in his jeans. Well, he preached the holy book with that metrosexual look, and he split the first church of God. Well, now he split the first church of God. Oh, he split the first church of God. The old people said it could never be done, but he split the first church of God. Then he took the hymnals from the pews. Good Lord, he took the hymnals from the pews, and he made the people sing from an elevated screen. And he split the first church of God. And he brought in a rock and roll band. Good Lord, he brought in a rock and roll band. And he put the choir behind the guitar amplifier, and he split the first church of God. Well, now he split the first church of God. Oh, he split the first church of God. The old people said it could never be done, but he split the first church of God. Then he put his wife on the staff. He put his wife on the staff. Well, he put her on the pay, but it was not like Tammy Faye. He split the first church of God. Then he passed that off plate. Well, he passed that plate around and he said, lay your money down. And he split the First Church of God. Well, he split the First Church of God. Oh, he split the First Church of God. The old people said it could never be done, but he split the First Church of God. Yeah, the old people said it could never be done, but he split the First Church of God. Thank you very much. Well, once again, my name's Don Rogers. Glad to see y'all out here in good old Waco. Welcome to a big night of music. Thank you very much.